What is up? It's the 20th of December, now going into the 21st. So at the end of the day today, all of the markets sold off. So let's see what opportunities that created for today. So you can see the market was just swimming along, and then right about noon, literally on the dot, the big sell-off happened over here. So what it is fixing to create here is we have a potential expanding wave trade. If we just go right here, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Change that to the black ones right there. And we're just waiting for this to close above it right there. When it does it, we do have the long right there, but we do not take the long right here. What we do is we wait until if price goes back down and hits 1.146, then we get into it. And I'll show you why for the Russell 2000 and the Dow Jones for two things that happen for. The reason why is because the semaphore, the orange one, has not formed yet over here. And so until that does, we cannot get in right when it happens. So, but if it does signal to get into it, to the bar closes higher than the yellow one, then we wait for if price comes back down to 1.146, then we can go ahead and get in long there. But that's the main one. And if you look at today, real interesting day, we had the price went up to the extension to high levels right here. You see that? And then once hit that, that was the ultimate high for the level for the day, and then it just cratered all the way down, hit the extension lows, and then ended up just being, it tried to find some support for it, you see right here, but that support turned to resistance and pushed it down for a blowout day down here to the downside. So we had a full extension day, extension to extension day for the S&P 500, and that's the main one that we are looking at right now. We know that one is said and done. So yeah, that's the main thing for the S&P 500 is we are looking for a little bit more upside going into tomorrow. But one thing it looks like it is doing for us is the potential uptrend may be over now. We may be in a consolidation phase. If we go from down here to that low and take it all the way up here, it looks like we are in consolidation, because if we take this trend line right here, put it up about right there, and this one up about right there, we can see it blew out past the bottom of this trend, past the bottom of that trend line. So it looks like we have been in some consolidation, even though it looked like it was another trend up. So we'll see if this is going to be the low down here, because this is where the previous low was over here. See if we get some support bouncing up into tomorrow for the rest of the week, for Thursday and Friday. Going over to the Russell, and this one has created a similar one to SP 500, but I want to talk about something real quick. So this is one we were looking at the end of yesterday today, expanding triangle trade. There's a 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. Here ended up being, here ended up being the fourth point, but before we got there, let's get that off of there. This is what we were looking at right here at the time, because we had the 1, 2, 3, there's the high 4, then price did come down. Let's get this out of the way. Price did come down, break it right there to signal that we could go long right there, but the reason why we don't is because it is going very much against the trend. So we look for the extension level going from the low, which it would be the third point, all the way up to the potential fourth point up there. And we look at taking it at the 1.146 level. So you can see when price got extremely close up there, unfortunately, it didn't hit it though. It came back down and hit the exit point for it for that one. So then we have some other, so then if we went and we utilized this trade, it wouldn't have quite have gotten us up there for it right here, obviously right there. But then by that time we had the trade set up for right here. So then we had the low come in right there. There's a signal bar to get us in, or the entry bar right there. And so you can get in right there because that orange symbol bar, I believe, had formed by that point, so it's a legitimate trade setup. But what happened was, since this is going strictly against a trend right here, price went up, went in between the 1.146 and 1.44, the extension area from the move, and that ended up being the resistance for it, and then it just cratered all the way down here, hit the target right there, and so that trade was said and done right there. So then from that we have this one trade, there we have 1, 2, 3, and then all the way down here will be the potential fourth one. So we'll take 2, 3, potential 4, and we can see price is already broken up and closed in it, but just like I mentioned earlier, we don't get into it right there because again, this is going against a steep downtrend now and there. So what we do is we take the extensions from the high to the potential low from what it is where it broke out. And if price doesn't hit the green line but continues to go on down there, then I'll look getting long right here and taking it up somewhere in the green line right there. So that's how we're going to trade the Russell 2000. And it looks like, yeah, it was another extension high. I'm not quite to the extension low. Going over to the Dow Jones, same sort of thing that we were in for the Russell 2000 is we had the potential 2, 3, 4 right here, and the price broke out right here, so that would have been the kind of false signal entry because we didn't have a semaphore up there. We needed a orange semaphore, so we just go and take the low to the high, and you can see price hit right off perfectly off the 1.146, came down and hit the green line for that potential trade to be over. But then the real one was right here, was the real trade, because you see the orange semaphore formed to confirm that kind of turning point right there. So then we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 up here, and we had the close below the line right there. So that's the entry to go short, and took it all the way down to the line right there for a real nice trade for that one to get set up for that. But as you can see, even though this setup was done, price did come up with the 1.146 extension from the move and sold off as well. So then we have, similar to the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000, we have a potential long over here, but look at this angle. It's an extremely steep angle right there. We're all the way down right there. So as soon as this bar closes right here, that will be the signal to go long. But again, we're not going long right there. We're going to put the extension levels on this setup right here to right there. And if price doesn't hit this green line right here, but goes down and hits the 1.146, we'll look at getting long in right here and taking it up somewhere in the green line right there. So pretty much the Dow, the Russell, and the SP 500 all have the same setups going on for them right now. Now, going over to oil. Oil is real interesting. We had a five-wave LA move get confirmed today. So there's the 0, there's the 1, there's the 2, there's the 3, there's the 4, and up here is the 5. So when that happens, we put the pitchfork on points 0, 3, and 4. Here, price, put that on there. So what we had was this bar was the fifth point in the, actually the fifth point went all the way up to here, which is fine to put up there. But you see we have that bar that closed above the, let's get that, closed above the red line right there. So when that happens, we are looking to taking price up to the white line for the next target. But that didn't happen. They came close to it, but not close enough to consider it to be done. And since then, we had a real nice sell-off for it. So the target will change from the white line because two things happened. One, price went all the way, hit the blue line the other way. And if we take the 5 to 4 move, price also came down and hit the 1.146 level right there. See, it did get some support, but the target we are looking for is we take the 0 point and we take it all the way to the high of the entry bar right there, and then we look for the 1.146 extension level. So that's going to be the target area that's going to be the target we're looking for this trade to be done with. So we'll go ahead and take that off. And so that is the target. So it did come and give a little bit of pop-up, but the one line in this inside pitchfork, which is the red line right there, for some reason was the resistant and pushed it all the way back down towards the end of the day. So we see that price went and hit the blue line the other way, and it hasn't gone down and hit the extreme lines here down over here. But going into tomorrow, Friday, we are looking for a pop-up in the oil market, coming back up to $75.50 for the next 2 days before Christmas for this trade setup to be completed. Then we're going into the NASDAQ. Now, this is one question I had regarding this trade setup, is where we had the triangle trade set up. See, here's point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 3, and point 4 are within points 1 and 2. So when that happens, we put the inside pitchfork on it and with the parameters. So when price closed above the blue line right there, that's a signal to go long. So we have it right there. And the target was up here in the green line. Now obviously the target and the green line never got hit, but there was a really good trend that it was in. You can see right in the blue line right there. This whole time it's a trend line. So rather than just say, okay, we're just gonna wait till the green line go up there and get hit, I think what I'm gonna start doing with this is saying it will be complete when you go down here to the bottom of the move, all the way up to where the entry bar is right there. There's the entry bar all the way down to the 0. And the target we're going to have for it is going to be the 1.414. So moving forward when we do this and we get this kind of like extreme move up right here, you know, sometimes price does go up there and hit it, of course it does, but just to be safe to get out of it, we'll have the target be the 1.414 level for it. So right there to there, you know, good little 96-point gain. It did go up a little bit higher. I think it went up to, let's see here, negative 0.618. That'd be 1. Oops. 0.618. Oh, yeah, it's not doing the point for me. Oh, weird. Negative 0.618. So you went higher, so we'll do the 200%. Let's see what the 200%. Didn't quite make it up the 200% line. Negative 0.786. And it made it right up there for that target. But we're going to leave it at this target right here, the 1.414, just to be safe for it, and call it said and done for that one, for it. So, you know, if you got in right here, which I didn't take this trade, take it out right there. Real nice trade setup. So I need to put a note with this hits the 1.414 extension from the low to the entry high, then the trade is complete even if it hits the pitch fork line. So there we go for that one. All right, there we go for that one right there. Now for this one right here, it's the same sort of setup for every other market that we have right now, for the S&P 500, Russell, and the Dow Jones, where we have the expanding triangle trade, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. There's 2, 3, and 4, and we are just waiting for price to close above the yellow line, but we won't get in right there again. We're waiting for the extension to come down here and get hit to the 1.146 unless a green semaphore forms right here. So all we need is a green right here, since there hasn't been any other semaphores that have gotten over here. So there we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what we're waiting on right there. Either the green one, or if that doesn't happen, the price closes above it right there. We're looking for price to come down and hit it right there. Let's see the previous day's highs and lows. Yeah, this is another extension day. Let's see right there to right there. There were the high extensions, bounced off, hit the lows, used it as not even support, straight went past it, used it as resistance. So a blowout day down here for the NASDAQ as well moving forward. And that is what we have going into tomorrow. We were looking at a 5-wave move going up here, but when we had this huge move down right here, that blew it out right there. It came into the second wave for it, so we can't have that. And that's what we have going on there. Now, moving over to Bitcoin real quick. Here is Bitcoin. It still is, we still have a potential for either way for it being a potential 5-wave Elliott move down. But if it breaks this black line, then it will be it will be broken right there, and we still have a potential 5-wave. It's on the weekly chart actually. We also have a potential 5-wave Elliott move up here to the upside. Plus we still have this setup right here that we're looking at coming in, getting filled as well. The target we have is this black line up here, because you can see price closed above the blue line right there. When it does that, the next target level we're looking at is this yellow line, the 7 line. Right up there, but that didn't happen, so we just take the 0 up to the close of the entry bar, and the target is the 1.146 level. So that's what we're looking for. Over at 74,440. And yeah, because from this move from the high of 5 to 4 right there, you can see price came down, hit between the 1.146 to 1.14, also hit the blue line the other way, and so that is how when it either hits the blue line the other way, the 1.146, that is when we move the target from being the yellow line down to right here. So that is going to be that for Bitcoin. The one thing it did do today is it did give hope for the retracement trade setup, where I was getting ready to scrap it just because it looked like price was going to move way higher than the 1.414 level. But today we had that huge sell-off today, brought it back in here within this level, so there still is hope for this trade setup to still work out. If it does so, then the target we're looking for is down here at about 448.65. So that's going to be it for the day. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.